Hello and welcome to MsG Ladies Lounge. Happy Thursday. We are here another magnificent Thursday. We're so excited to be here with you all on tonight. And I hope that you had a wonderful day. I hope that your day was, as they say, a thankful Thursday. I hope that you had a productive day and that you were able to get everything accomplished that you needed to get accomplished. So listen, I'm excited to be here on tonight. I'm excited about everything that has transpired so far. And at this time, I just wanted to introduce myself. It's me. I'm Gwen, better known as Miss G. And once again, we welcome you here to Miss G's manifestation moments in Miss G's Ladies Lounge, where we talk faith, vision, and action to help keep you moving forward. And tonight we're diving into another powerful story that I know is going to encourage and inspire you. So I want you to take a moment to grab anything you need, any paraphernalia, get that notebook, get that pen, get that book, that phone, even if it has your notes on it, and make sure that you document everything you need so that you too can have a great manifestation moment. All right, family, let's jump right into today's episode of Manifestation Moments with Miss G. Get ready to be inspired, encouraged, and empowered. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, well, I'm back and I am ready for tonight's show. It's going to be fantabulous. That's what it's going to be, fantabulous. I'm excited about everyone that is joining us on tonight. Thank you so much for joining in. Hit that chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you are joining in. If it's your first time, let us know and tell us where you're from. We'd love to shout you out here in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. Listen, we are the relaxation station, and we love to just, take time and share our sisters and even our brothers that join us on occasion. We're excited to have everyone here. So on tonight, I want to tell you, I want to welcome once again to Manifestation Moments with Miss G, the podcast where faith, vision, and action come together to inspire your journey. Once again, I am your host, Gwen Miss G Finley. I'm an author, recently releasing my third book. I am a publisher, visionary startup coach, and book coach, and a multifaceted empowerment leader committed to helping women and visionaries just like you bring their purpose to life. So each week we dive into powerful conversations with those who are turning passion into possibility and manifestation. And my goal is to encourage you, challenge you, and remind you that a vision with no progress is just another dream. So get ready for another uplifting conversation. Let's get started right now. We want to spark momentum even in your life. So today I'm honored to welcome back, my cousin. That's right, my cousin. But she is a powerful entrepreneur. She is a youth mindset coach, speaker, trainer, and author with more than 25 years of experience guiding young people and families. She's the founder of Unbreakable Minds Coaching, where she empowers teens, young adults, parents, and providers with strategies to build resilience and confidence. We're talking about none other than Yolanda Hall, who is also the creative force behind community programs like the Unbreakable Teen Table Talks and Parenting on Purpose. I don't have no kids, and I'm not a parent, but that sounds interesting to me. I wish I had some kids or some parent, or I was a parent, so I can join in. But please join me in welcoming Yolanda to the show. Hey, how you doing?
Hey Gwen, how are
Hey,
you?
guys. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, and so excited to have you here once again. And even though we're family, we're here to share these manifestation moments. We're here to celebrate everything that you have been doing, and I mean, it has been so amazing. Even just watching all the great things that you have been manifesting over the past few years. But I'm sure, as it said, you have had more than 25 years of experience working through many of these processes, which has now brought you to this place. And
What do you see?
I see your virtual assistant.
Ooh,
I see your virtual assistant over there putting the information in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Curtis
there you go.
Hall. We love you
He wears
too.
many hats.
That's right. You gotta have the virtual assistant working on your behalf, right?
Yes,
So
always in the
thank you
room.
so much
Appreciate
for
him so
popping
much.
all that information into the chat. Yeah, we appreciate it. So tell us, how's your day been going so far? Hey, Dr.
It
Michelle.
has been amazing. It's never a dull moment. So the week is coming to an end, and that's when it starts to ramp up, right? So, of course, we still working a day job until God say otherwise. So we had to do that today, and all kind of things happen when you go to work, right? And then we have an after school program that my husband and I actually get to serve together, and so we went to meet some new young kings and queens. Our program is called the Crown Movement. This is our third year doing the program. So that was awesome. And then had to run home because the girls are having homecoming and had to get them to the football game, change my clothes, get in brand, do the thing. So we here. It's all good.
Yeah, we here. And then what did you say it's called? What movement? Crown?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Life skills, royalty team. Queens wearing their
Okay.
invisible
I,
crowns at all times.
I know that's right. I thought you said crown movement. Yeah, I love that. I love that. So yeah, we've got Mr. Curtis Hall, and I know you'll tell us a little bit about what he does along with what you do. But let's just get into this a little bit further. It's been a little while since we've had you here, but we've seen so many, as I said, so many great things happening. And so just want to make sure that we capture as much information as possible. So let's start out with a simple question for you. You spent over 25 years guiding young people as a school counselor, director, and prevention coordinator. So, what inspired you to actually transition to becoming that certified mindset coach and launch your Unbreakable Minds Coaching?
Yes. So I get first of all, thank you, Gwen, for always, reaching out and just being such a great supporter of myself and Unbreakable Minds. Like you said, we are family, but sometimes right? So I just appreciate you, and I'm watching you grow and prosper, and so I'm just excited for what God is doing through us. So I will start there, but yeah, so back in 2020, I joined a group coaching program myself. It was in the pandemic, and I was, stuck, not knowing what was next, sitting around like everybody else, trying to figure out what my next move was. I had looked at my past 20 something years of working with young people, and I just was like, I don't know what it is, but I think what happened was I got tired of seeing parents struggling with how to support their kids while still trying to support themselves, right? Because we all are going through stuff, and that pandemic, came out of nowhere, and everybody's trying to figure things out. And the young people were, those who were the most successful were now struggling. Now we're at home, and parents just didn't know what to do with their young people, and so my phone started ringing. The text started going off like, what am I supposed to do with this? Right? The kid don't like Zoom school. And, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to work, all of this stuff is going on. What do I do? Right. And so, um, I created Unbreakable Minds after my experience and the transformation that I received through my group coaching program. I was like, that's it. I had served as a school counselor for over 15 years. I had worked in mental health prevention, working with young people, increasing protective factors in their life and working to reduce risk factors. And I just was like, you know what? This is it. I feel God pulling, how they say, I feel something pushing me. He was pushing and pulling me at the same time. I was like, I think this is it. If I could experience this transformation in such a short time, because I was looking for transformation. And so, because I was so ready for it, I just needed a guide. I needed somebody to help me get out of my head, right? Get out of my own way, right? And help me shift my mindset so that I could make some things happen. And so that's what I aim to do, is help young people get out of their head, get out of their way, their own way, right? And just to help them to achieve their goals, make them manageable, and just to provide the support for them. So I get just as much out of that as they do, believe it or not, right? And just one more thing I'll say is that at the end of the day, my overall goal is to bridge the gap between young people and adults, right? These generations and this group of kids are different. This group of kids are different. And so we have to spend less time telling them how different they are, and try to learn more about them, right? And step into their world, you
Yeah,
know? So,
yeah.
yeah,
That's good right there. We have to spend less time talking about how
right,
different they are and more time showing them how they can become a part of what's already going on or create a difference with
right.
everyone. That
And so
that's
the parents have to
yeah,
shift
that's
their
beautiful.
mindset, as well as the teachers and after school program providers and the people in the community, like everybody. And so I've been having a really great time learning about this generation, and what they like and what they don't like. And they pretty strong in their mind, about what they think and what they believe. So
And while you were saying that, I just started thinking about how we can't. They always say in church, you can't throw the younger generation away. Well, I tell you what, you
right.
better not,
They coming.
because
They coming.
number one, things have shifted, And what we learned in school, they're no longer putting into practice. Now it's digital. Everything is digital. Everything is, you know, a different world. We have to learn how to use these systems that are now. And who's creating these systems? Where are these systems being built? It's among these
Right.
young people. They have computers in school. We didn't have that. So we didn't even know what to do with a computer.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When we were young kids. So if we don't shift and allow these young people to integrate with what we're doing, we will
Yes.
be lost.
And we don't want to be the reasons that they get left behind because we couldn't adjust.
Exactly.
You change is
Yes.
hard, right?
Yes.
Change is hard. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, so sometimes we stunt our children's growth because we don't want to change or we don't want to adapt to what's happening. You know what I mean? And so, um, my thing is just to be the translator, right? So I talk to the parents in their
Yeah.
language to help them understand the children,
Mm-hmm.
and I talk to the young people in the parents' language to help them understand the parent. And my goal is that that gap gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And oh, by the way, when there's a grandparent who's raising the child, that's a whole other
Yeah.
situation, right? And
A whole other.
yeah,
Oh, a whole
right,
nother.
right. But they're the village, they're the village, and so we want to keep young people with their families. And so if it means grandma, then I have to come in and try to help bridge that gap between grandma and when the light goes off and they start to realize that it really isn't that bad, that all behavior is purposeful,
Right.
right? So the things that you see, there's something behind it. When young people can't find the language to communicate, they communicate through their behavior. And so you sitting there going,
Mhm.
"What is wrong with this child? What in the world?" And it's really what happened to them. They have experiences that they have, and they see the world different. And so their behavior is based on, those experiences. And so I'm just like, let me be quiet for a minute and just listen to them and see what they have to say. Oh wow, that was
Yeah.
pretty introspective. That was yeah. So
Right. Yeah. It's definitely something that I know. We had this conversation last week in my church. They had a panel, and one of the things they were talking about was how we grew up, it was you children ought to be seen and not heard, and so that definitely has had to transpose at this point
mhm,
in life, because if hear what these young people are saying, number one, we will be left behind. Number two, they will be left behind. Number three, we would be creating
absolutely,
disaster, just creating disaster,
absolutely.
because not only are they important that they are able to uh, integrate, but they are also important because if we close off all the young people and children today, who's gonna
They're
run the world
coming. They
as
are
we were,
coming behind us.
right?
Absolutely.
Folks are leaving here, and they're not all leaving at
Right.
100 years old.
You're right about that.
So prepare even the young people. And now looking at, we got these young entrepreneurs, young
Amazing.
geniuses. Listen, it's a great thing. I want to circle back because I don't want to um, overpass this question: how do coaching parents come about? I think you kind of said it within the statements, but if you want to just kind of clarify for Miss
Right.
Royal, I shouldn't say Miss, Coach Miss.
Miss Naya, she one of my parents, yes. Um, so
Okay.
so the interesting thing is, well, I come from the school setting, right? And when you're working in the
Mhm.
school as a school counselor, first of all, people still think we're guidance counselors, right? So they think we are there to change schedules and to, shift classes around. But we were trained counselors, right? And so we were really doing counseling in school. But guess what? The school says 10, 15 minutes, get them back to class, if that, right? And so you're working within walls. But I always, especially my young people who were having challenges, or either the ones that was doing really well, trying to help them, succeed in the best way they can at the highest level of their ability. I always made sure that the parents knew what was going on. Because I know a lot of young
Mm.
people, they're doing their thing, kind of like me. I was at school, I was finding out about college. I didn't have anyone at home who had gone to college. We didn't have those conversations at the table, right? And so um, I had to kind of figure things out and come home and share with my family. But I always
Right.
was very intentional about pulling parents in, and I took time to call them, whether it was after work, after school, in the evening, whatever the case may be, to incorporate them as much as I can to keep them on the journey as well. Because guess what? When you do all this work at school, the child leaves empowered, and then you send them home, and the parent is like, business as usual. Let's keep it going. Wash those dishes, do this thing, and nobody, maybe they didn't have the conversation. So to answer Naya's question, when I begin to make the rules, right? Because when you have your own business, you can decide how things go. People are not putting you on a time limit and telling you how long you have to talk to young people or how much you can reach out to the parents because you're supposed to be at some duty or doing something else. So I knew that it was very important that the parents were incorporated in working with the young people. If I had a parent who came to me and said, Yolanda, Miss Yolanda, I need my kid got issues. I want you to fix them. This ain't for you, right? Because if
Right.
you can't want your child to change and not be willing to change, right? And it's all about
Mm.
mindset at the end of the day. And so, like I said, it just takes a little shift in mindset to say, oh, okay, And so, be, when I do individual coaching, I always tell the parents, at any time you can contact me outside of our hour session or whatever. You can contact me at any time. And then I had an idea to start doing parenting workshops. So I don't know if you want to talk about that now or if you want to, come back.
Yeah.
Okay, but the parent coaching comes along with the youth because as I'm supporting the youth, I'm talking to the parents about ways to support the child. And every now and then I come with parents and I work primarily with females, right? And so two
Right.
women, young women, and they're clashing,
Yes.
right? And so
Right.
I'm not a therapist, but sometimes I have to take the parent back to their childhood and ask them what was their relationship with
Mm.
their mom, just briefly, just enough to remind them that 9 times out of 10 or a good amount of time, the same things are happening with them and their child that happened with their mom. Right. So I just bring it back up. So, how were things when you were this age? And how was your relationship with your mom? And we all want to have a better relationship when we want, how can I say this? We all want things better for our children than we had, right? Not to say that our parents did it wrong or anything, but we always want to see how can we do it better? How can we give them more opportunities? How can we give them more voice, more choice, all those things? Um, so yeah,
Well, that's even
say it again.
that's even that's even
Yes,
biblical. Greater works shall you do. Right.
absolutely.
He came. He did greater works, but he said for us, greater works we should do. So he left us with tools to be
Yes,
greater.
yes.
Same. Same.
So in the midst of that, and I have to tell y'all that, everything that I teach, when you teach something, you get to learn it twice, or you get to learn it again and
Mhm.
again and again, right? So the work that I do and the work that my husband and I do, this is happening to us at real time. This is life for us in real time, right? So when I
Right.
come, I tell them, I'm like, listen, I am not the expert that has figured it all out and my kids are perfect, my marriage is perfect, my house is perfect, whether it looks like that or not. We're living this in real time. So the topics that we speak about are things that we are dealing with at home or working through at home. So parenting on
Right.
purpose came about because Curtis and I had started kind of looking into conscious parenting, right? And I will say, in our community, in the Black community, when conscious parenting came out, parents was like, my kid ain't gonna be talking to me any old kind of way and just doing what they want to do. So I couldn't
Right.
say, come on, y'all, let's do conscious parenting. So I came up with parenting on purpose,
Mhm.
right? Parenting, intentionally parenting, showing up 100%, being present, right? In the present
Right.
moment, being mindful of the interactions and knowing that our kids are not going to be there forever. and we only get one chance,
Mhm.
right? And once they leave out into the world, you want them to take what you've given them and what y'all have established
Right.
together and go on and be great,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, so parenting on purpose came, and I just love it. You know, we come and we have real conversations with parents, and they teach us as much as we teach them.
Right. So let me ask you, what are your age groups that you work
So
with?
I work
As
primarily with, and on purpose, high school students, college students, young adults, so ages 15 to 25.
okay.
So female,
Oh, to
yes,
25.
females ages 15 to
They could be
25 is
college
my focus
students.
area.
Hmm.
And then
Okay.
their
But
parents.
they don't have to be students. They could just be
Right,
just young
right. So that's why I
women.
say young
Oh,
adults, or even I say newly adulting, right? Because if I'm a certain age and I decide I don't want to go to college, I don't want to do, then mom and dad are like, so what's next? What we doing, right? And so sometimes,
mhm,
we're not at a point where we trust our decisions. We may have had, a slip in our confidence. And so we don't want to make the wrong move. And sometimes we overthink it and we do nothing. And so now you're sitting at
mhm,
home and the parents are in your face, like, what we doing? What's going on? We did our part. Right. And so to
mhm,
be able to provide that support as they step into the world, has been an awesome thing to be a part of, just to see them get that confidence, right? And to see them, to be able to trust their decisions and trust their gut, and to be able to know that if it doesn't go right, it's okay. We can get up, brush
yeah,
ourselves off, and start all over again, right? So,
that's great. That's great. So, I mean, it's so needed. I don't talk about it often, but before I left New York, I worked in residential homes with youth. And, we had youth that were placed by courts, we had youth that were placed by parents, we had youth that even placed themselves. And then they had such great programs in some of them. Some of them they did
right.
not. you it just depended it really depended on the child too, because some of them were not interested in doing anything different. But we tried to work very hard to bring them to a place. But what I loved was after they got to a certain age, they offered for certain ones who were
Hmm.
progressing, they offered them independent
Yes.
living. And they had a beautiful program where they were able to go through that process and that transition. And I think if they had a program like yours during that time, it would have really been even more beneficial to help them through that process. Because once they turn 21, they age out of the system and then they're just sometimes lost. They didn't know what to do. And we had one person who was she just had no clue what she could do next,
Hmm.
even through the process.
Right.
So I love this. What I wanted to ask you, because our time is running short. So what I wanted to ask you was, are you only doing group coaching or do you do individualized as well?
Yes. So most of what I've been talking about is individual coaching. So the
Mhm,
one-on-one coaching where I am there to guide them to, they come
mhm,
and they have goals. The parents are like, either they have so many goals and it's so too many and they're trying to figure out where to prioritize, or they have a goal but they just maybe don't have the confidence, or they're not connected, or so when I do individual coaching, you talking about a village, all my community partners, whoever does something that I can't do, guess what? And I have some parents on the line where it's like, okay, we've done individual coaching, now let's do
mhm,
some leadership, some leadership programs, where you will be there where your child will be there with other peers, and they have all these other opportunities to meet all these other people and do all these other things. I have a partner who, she's on the news. She takes her girls with her. She has,
mhm.
elected officials, and just a whole
Right.
different exposure than they would have had on their own. And so I'm like, okay, what's next is for you to be there and become a part of a community, something that you can belong
Mhm,
to, and something that you feel safe failing, right? So I'm gonna go in, I don't know what this thing is about, but I know these girls are in here, they're going to support me. And I just watch them grow through that program. And then, parents call me, okay, Yolanda, what's next? What else you got? And so we find another program. And sometimes they come back to me. And most of them end up being mentees of mine. Like I stay connected to all of my former clients. They become mentees, and as they get older, I pull them in to do different things with Unbreakable Minds, because I just love their energy and I love being around them, and I just love the transformation that has happened. I just want to be near them.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So, as a wife and mom of two teenage
Yes.
girls, how do you balance your professional mission with your role at home? And you talked a little bit about this, but how do your daughters actually inspire your work?
Yeah, so when you talk about balance, we use the word harmony because we know that things rarely are balanced, right? Most of the time, one thing is high and this is where our attention is, and something else has got to go on the back burner. But with harmony, we know that we're going to come back, and whatever needs prioritizing, we'll get prioritizing. Um, but three things when it comes to that harmony is capacity, boundaries, and self care. Okay, so knowing my capacity, this bottle of water can only hold what it can hold, right? And then after that, it's gonna be overflow. Um,
Flow.
and so I like to, when you talk about filling your cup with positive things, a lot of people say, I want to keep my cup full. I want to keep my cup overflowing because I want to be able to give from the overflow, the part that's in the saucer, right? Because I need all this to do the work that I'm doing. So, even when I talk to the young people, 15, 16, 17, I tell them that same thing. I'm like, you have got to feed yourself so that you can empower yourself and uplift yourself to go out in the world and do what you have to do. So, knowing your capacity, knowing when to say no, I've gotten really good at that in my older years. And it's freeing, right? Boundaries, and having boundaries with myself. Like, how people complain a lot. And so they just miserable. When I find myself complaining, I'm like, what can I do about that? You know,
Right, right,
there is always a
right.
way. And so having
Because it's in your
yes,
hands.
it's in my hands, right?
Mhm.
Well, it's in God's hands, but he gonna give me what I need to make sure I have the
Right.
capacity to do the work.
Mhm.
So having boundaries with myself, having boundaries with my husband, with my children, and I hope that and my husband as well. So I hope that we are teaching our girls how to do that. So when they go into the world, they know
Right,
to, you know, control their capacity. And then self
right.
care, I get my massages every 2 weeks faithfully. I tell my girl, do not let me leave without scheduling. I have a
Right.
membership, and I say, do not let me walk out this door without scheduling my next appointment.
I know that's right.
Yes, and everything moves out the way so that I can do that. To the piece about my girls, oh my gosh, these girls are so different than I was as a child. I had so many questions. I was questioning myself. I was overthinking. They know who they are and they know what they want, right? And they're
That's
smart.
right.
They're beautiful. They keep their circles small. Back when we were younger, it was like how popular, how many
Maybe.
how many friends do you have, right? They got a good 2 or 3 and they're good. And I admire that because it keeps the drama down and they're
Yeah.
setting boundaries, right? They're
Mhm.
funny, they're fun to be around. We laugh a lot in my house, right? But I get to watch them transform. I don't control what they do. I don't, push them into programs that they don't want to be in. Well, I give them the option to choose a program, and if they don't, then I choose it. Put it like that. Or my
True.
husband, myself
Right.
and my husband. So,
Mhm.
they're natural born leaders, and they want to be in the background, but their friends won't have it because their friends know it. And so,
Mhm.
the leadership is naturally in them, and so we just sit back and watch, and we jump in like double dutch. When it's time for us to jump in, we
Right.
jump
Right.
in and support them. So they really inspire me because, they're strong young people and they've been through a whole pandemic, and
Mhm.
they still shining. So I have no complaints. And yeah, they watching me and I'm watching them too.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you so much, Dr. Michelle. Dr. Michelle says, set boundaries with myself. That's what I need to do. I'm not even going to speak on that, Dr.
That's a
Michelle.
whole episode in itself.
So, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us on today, or tonight. So, one of the things we keep saying every time you come that one day we're going to have you bring Mr. Hall. But I'm going to let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Mr. Hall because he is not just your better half or your other half or your mate or whatever, but he works simultaneously with you to those young men that is being left out when you're working with the young ladies. So tell us about that.
Yes, and as you were saying and I'm like, I always say one person can't be everything to you, but he is a lot of things to me, right? And he is my biggest cheerleader, and that is one thing that binds us together is our love and care for community. We both have been raised by the village. We've been raised by our parents, but then our grandparents and aunts and uncles and people who are not blood came into the fold to help us become who we are. So he is Curtis Hall. He goes by Brother Curtis, and he is the owner and CEO, founder, all the things of New Collar Solutions. He also is a life coach, just like I am, and he works with the young men, and I work with the young ladies. His age range is not as restricted as mine. He works with them, middle school on up to 50s. He has clients who are older than he is, because they respect his journey and what he's been able to accomplish. He's a veteran, and he just has a serving heart, and so he loves what he does, and he definitely gets so much out of serving the young men. So he provides individual coaching. Like I said, we do the crown movement together. We do parenting on purpose together. We do the teen table talks together, right? I always say that I work for him and he works for me, because if he's working with the family, we just had that. We have a family where he's working with the young man. He's in high school, and his sister, um, his mother said, "I want to talk to Coach Yolanda because his sister has so many lofty goals, and she needs to figure out how to hone that in, make
Right.
some priorities, and don't burn out in the process." So we want to be a part of people's village, but they become a part of our village as well. And it's just been amazing to be able to work together, and a lot of the magic happens at our kitchen table. You know,
Yeah,
and the girls walk up and they
absolutely.
witness that, and we take them with us to the schools. We take them with us to our parenting on purpose sometimes. So it's a family thing. It's a family thing, and I hope that the girls, I know that they see what we're doing, and every now and then they say something and let us know that it's sticking, that it's working. They
Right,
say something and
right,
we like, okay, okay. So God sends us those moments where we're able to
right.
know that that what we're doing is making a difference, not only in the young people we work with, but with our girls as well. So yeah, and that's New Collar Solutions, NUCOLLAR Solutions. Yes,
Go ahead, virtual assistant. Put your information in the chat.
yes,
You put her
newcollarllc.com.
information. Yes. And you got awesome work, awesome work. I agree,
See, my parents
Sakita.
are in
I
the
agree.
room.
Awesome work. Good, good. Glad to see it. And so, listen, you've been doing, as I said, so many wonderful things. And, here at Manifestation Moments, we like to allow people to hear, what are some of your most powerful manifestation moments where vision, action, and faith have come together in your life. If you could just give us just one where you felt like, wow, this is just such a powerful moment that I will forever hold in my heart.
Hmm. Yes. So, and it's so hard to pick because there's so many, and I know we running out of time. Um, so I'm gonna go with something that recently happened. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I know that I started my business not late in life, but later in life. And I know that I won't be doing this forever, but there are some young people that I have worked with that these are some amazing powerhouse young women. And so recently I came up with the idea of starting an Unbreakable Minds Legacy Circle. And I will continue to build with that as my young girls come up. But these are women who they are just doing their thing. They work in mental health. They work in the human services field. Have master's degrees and all these different things, and they also have a love for the community. So we have formed a
Mhm.
circle, and it's kind of grow your own. So I do want them to be able to help pour into Unbreakable Minds, but I also want to pour into them at the same time and help them to achieve some of their big audacious goals, right? The things that seem out of reach. You have a community now, and so we're working on a project right now. And I'm just super
Mhm.
excited about that. I have 7 right now, but that group will grow. And they just said to me, they was like, Miss Yolanda, I feel like I need a coach, I need a therapist, but I feel like I have all those things in this group. So I'm just really proud of
So,
it.
so with that, let me ask you: are all of your clients parents only?
Are all of my clients parents?
Only parent? You only deal with parents, or do you deal with women who don't have children, single women, or
Oh, I see
whatever?
what you're saying. So for women, so to be honest with you, all of them are parents. I have friends and acquaintances and community partners who don't have children, and they may come to me, but we're partners, we're community village, so we just walk it out, work it out, talk it out, whatever. But as far as like clients and things like that, the young people I work with, and I have had a parent where I worked with the parent and didn't work with the child. Actually, Curtis was working with the son, and the mom came to me for
Wow.
support. And so that was awesome, to be able to pour into them from both sides, and meet in the middle.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have received so much information right here on tonight. So tell us how our audience can get in touch with you, and if you have any great upcoming events that you want to share, just take a moment and tell us all about it.
Yeah, so I am most active on Instagram because all of my community, all my different age ranges are there. But I am on Facebook and Instagram at Unbreakable Minds Coaching, all lowercase, all one word, Unbreakable Minds Coaching. My email is coaching@unbreakableminds.org. And if you go to any of those places, you will see my phone number, all the spaces on LinkedIn. I'm Yolanda W. Hall. And so if you all would be so gracious to follow me there, you will keep up with my events because I post everything. Okay. If the people give me permission, I post everything that I'm doing. And so we do have an event coming up. Our Parenting on Purpose is coming up on October 17th. And it is going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. The location is on VCU's campus, so it's here in Richmond. But I wanted to be able to say the title correctly. But we're going to be talking about boundaries. We're going to be talking about,
I know, I
yeah, I'm
know.
looking on the computer. Of course,
Yeah,
I can't find what I need right
that's
now, right?
right.
But when love needs limits, right?
Uh,
So those boundaries we were just talking about, we're about to have a whole, oh yes, there you go, Mary and Francis Center. It is a Friday night. Come hang out with us. We have food, we have childcare. Mary and Francis Center has been an amazing partner with us. They love what we do. And so, we never say no to them, and they ask us to come in and do our Parenting on Purpose workshops for them and their community as well as ours. So we'll be there, and then we'll have a mom's afternoon out on November 1st. It's a Saturday morning. I haven't publicized that yet, but if you connect with me, as soon as it hits, you will be the first to know and be able to register. Yeah. So thank you for
wow.
allowing me to share that. Please come out.
Absolutely. Love you too. Love you too. Listen, you're doing the thing, and that's what's important. And we are just glad to have you back here in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. And as she said, she's giving you the different dates. So make sure that you go. I had to come back up to your virtual assistant because he put that
He is working.
he's
I
working.
love it.
He put
I love it.
the
Yes.
website
Thanks,
up.
babe. Yeah,
So
he always on it.
yes, yes, yes. So once again, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. We really appreciate you. Next time, we definitely gonna have Miss Hall
Yes.
to join us.
Yes. And I'll be his virtual
So,
assistant. Yes.
absolutely.
Well, thank you, cuz I
And,
appreciate you and I appreciate this space. I love what you're doing and giving people opportunity to celebrate the work that they do. Because a lot of time the work is so busy and so heavy, we just keep going and we never take a moment to stop and celebrate our wins and ourselves. So I just
Absolutely.
love it, and thank you for allowing me to be a part.
Thank you so much. Give my love to the
I
family.
will. You do the same.
All right.
Good
Love
night,
you.
everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hang in there. I've got just a few church announcements, just a few announcements on tonight. But I mean, this has been a great show. Listen, I always have a great time with Yolanda, but I think tonight I felt like, it was just such a great moment hearing more and more about what she is doing. So, we're excited about everything that she is embarking on, and I want you to make sure that you go and follow her. Go back to the chat. The website is there that you can go to the website and you can go back to the replay to catch some of the other information, or maybe they'll drop it in the chat as well. But I want to just tell you about a few exciting things. You're welcome, Mr. Hall. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I want to tell you about a few exciting things. We've got so many great things coming up right here in MsG's Ladies Lounge. We are going to be sharing with other individuals on a couple of things. And listen, I don't know if you heard about a new book that has been published by yours truly, and a few beautiful ladies, as you see up there on that poster. We have put together a collaboration, the Visionary Momentum Unleashed. I'm getting confused reading the flyer, but Visionary Momentum Unleashed. And this is an anthology where we are expressing even our manifestation moments within this book, but we are also sharing our stories, inspiring, encouraging, and uplifting you, showing you how you too can have those visionary moments, and that momentum can be unleashed in your life. And so, as you see here on this flyer, we are actually going to have a book release party. Yes, we are doing our book release party, our launch, official launch, and we want you to be a part of it. We're having tennis shoes and tea with a little bit of a twist. So you want to make sure that you're there to check out all of the festivities. We will have speed networking going on. We're going to have some great refreshments. And in the corner there, you see our guest moderator for our panel discussion that we are going to have. A panel discussion about our book. And that is Tasia Whitehead. She is going to be our roundtable talk moderator. And our roundtable talk will include all of our authors. Right now, everyone is slated to be there, and we hope you will be too. We have Tara Colton, we have Pastor Geneva. I'm starting up at the top there on the left, and I'm working my way around. We have Pastor Geneva Bynum. We have Dolores Hardy. We have Elder Cherie Cameron. Elder Cherie D. Cameron. I got to keep that D in there. We have myself. We have Dr. Michelle Hughes, Dr. Z. Michelle Hughes. We have Linda Randall. We have Evangelist Terrain Miles, and we have Vanara Mosby. So listen, we have an amazing group of women. So make sure that you are there. Saturday, October 18th. So as she just gave you her dates for October 17th, you can go over there and enjoy that. And then on October 18th, you get to sleep late. And at 1 p.m., come on and join us. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And it is free, FREE, free 99. We just ask that you do go and register at eventbrite.com. You can just search for Visionary Roundtable Talk, Visionaries Roundtable Talk. It is free, or you can go to my pages, any one of my pages there, and you can find the link to just tap on it. Our attire is business casual with some cute, colorful tennis shoes, as you see down here. All right. Now, if you want to actually purchase The book, you can go right ahead. If you want to purchase the book, you can go right ahead. You can hit that, you can capture that QR code and purchase your book even today, or you can reach out to me and you can order your book that way. We have some, and then when you come to the event, you can have your book signed by myself and all of the authors, and everyone there will sign your book if you choose. And or you can purchase your book at the event. So if you are not ready to purchase it, feel free to purchase at the event. The book is also available at Amazon.com, so you can go there as well and purchase your copy from me. However, if you are purchasing from the ladies, we want you to make sure to reach out to them directly to get your copy from one of the ladies. All right, so I want to invite you also to join me as I travel over. I'm traveling like I'm going somewhere really far, but I am going to be joining Charvette Mitchell at her event on November the 7th and the 8th. She will be hosting her, I believe it's her 8th Platform Builders Summit on November 7th and 8th. And so I want you to make sure that you get your ticket there, and I can actually help you with that. If you go to the link that is there, my affiliate link, you can get your registration there, and make sure that you do that as soon as possible because the seats are running out. And I'm telling you, it is an amazing 2 day summit that is packed, powerful. You will learn so much. I'm sure, I believe Yolanda's going to be there. Are you going to be there, Yolanda? I hope she's going to be there. I see her shaking her head, yes. So Yolanda's going to be there. And so make sure that you are there. You can meet so many of these phenomenal women that you have seen on our show and so many other areas. So listen, those are all the church announcements. I do have a great opportunity coming up soon. And so I want you to make sure that you join me back here on next week. I'll be sharing some more information for a great opportunity, especially for my golden girls. Ah, my golden girls. I've got something great for you ladies. So make sure you join me back here in MsG's Ladies Lounge. Yes, Yolanda said she will be in the house on November 7th and 8th. It's going to be at the Drury Hotel in Richmond, Virginia. There's so much more that you can find out if you go to that link, and you can get the information there. So again, thank you so much, all of you. She says she forgot to mention that the Parenting on Purpose is also a free event. So see, look, you got October 17th and 18th. You can hang out all weekend for free 99. How about that? You know that doesn't happen often. So listen, we look for those weekends where we can have a lot of fun. You ain't got to spend a lot of money. You don't have to buy a ball gown, none of that stuff. Come on out and listen. At the tea, you can wear your little cute little fascinators or hats if you want, whatever you feel like wearing, but it's not required, okay? But we want you to be cute and comfy. All right, so join us, join us, join us. So that is all I have for tonight. And I'm again so happy to have each of you join me. Thank you. I see that you all have even stuck with me to the end, and I appreciate it. And so we'll see you on next Thursday. We will see you right here in MsG's Ladies Lounge. Have a wonderful night.